Exploring algebra, solving proportions. Write a proportion. 3/8 equals a number divided by 40. Write the cross product of the equation. Now the cross product would be 8 times n and 40 times 3. What number times 8 equals 120? So we can solve the problem like this. 3 times 40 equals 120, and then 120 divided by 8 equals 15. So when we solve proportions, we can solve it using cross products. You could also do it in this fashion as well. 3 over 8 equals a number over 40. It's also acceptable to say what number do I need to divide or multiply by. So 8 times 5 is 40. So then you could go up here and do 3 times 5 is 15. So either way is really okay. It gets, we're doing algebra, so really this is the skill they're trying to get you to realize, because sometimes you're working with decimal numbers and it's not that easy. So question number 2. We have 2n equals 1 times 16. So 2n equals 16. We're going to divide by 2, divide by 2, n equals 8. Question number 3. 8n equals 5 times 40. 8n equals 200. Divide by 8, divide by 8, n equals, I'm going to do the work up here, 200 divided by 8, 16, 4, 0, n equals 25. Question number 4. 3 times 8 equals 2 times n. 3 times 8 is 24 equals 2 times n. We're going to divide by 2 on both sides. N equals 12. Question number 15, or question number 5. 15 times 3 equals 9 times n. 15 times 3 equals 45. 45 equals 9 times n. Divide by 9, divide by 9, cancel each other out. N equals 5. Number 6. 50 times 90 equals 9 times n. 50 times 90, 5 times 9 is 45, and then I'm just going to add the 2 zeros. So that's my mental math. Equals 9n. I'm going to divide by 9, divide by 9. 9 goes into 45 5 times, and then I have my 2 zeros. Equals, cancels out, n. So n equals 500. Question number 7. The ratio of people to cars is 4 to 1. If there are 8 cars, how many people are there? So I'm going to say people is my numerator, cars is my denominator. So 4 people to 1 car. If there are 8 cars, I'm going to put 8 on the bottom. How many people are there? So we have 1p equals 8 times 4. 1p equals 32. So p equals 32. Question 8. The ratio of scouts to counselors is 25 to 1. If there are 125 scouts, how many counselors are there? So I'm going to make scouts my numerator and counselors my denominator. And it's 25 scouts to 1 counselor. And our problem says that we have 125 scouts. And how many counselors will that be? So we have 1 times 125 equals 25c. 1 times 125 is 125 equals 25c. If I divide by 25 on both sides, that would give me 5. So there would be 5 counselors. Question number 9. The ratio of magazines to books is 3 to 5. If there are 12 magazines, how many books are there? So the ratio is magazines to books. So I'm going to write magazines on the top. And I'm going to write books on the bottom. And our ratio is 3 magazines to 5 books. And they're telling us that we have 12 magazines, so I'm going to write 12 on the top. So how many books are there? So let's complete our proportion as an equation. 5 times 12 equals 3 times b. 5 times 12 equals 60, so 60 equals 3b. We're going to divide both sides by 3. That cancels each other out on the right. B equals 60 divided by 3, which equals 20. So there are 20 books. Question 10. The ratio of gadgets made to minutes needed to make them is 104 to 13. How many gadgets can be made in 1 minute? So we have gadgets to minutes. And it tells us that we can make 104 gadgets in 13 minutes. And we want to know how many gadgets we can make in 1 minute. So I put 1 minute down below, and I'm going to put the variable g for gadgets. So 13g equals 1 times 104. So 13g equals 104. We're going to divide both sides by 13. So off to the side, 104 divided by 13. 13 cannot divide 1, cannot divide 10, it can actually divide 104 8 times. 8 multiplied by 3 is 24. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 2 is 10. Subtract, I get 0. So G equals 8. So they can make 8 gadgets every minute.